Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we are going to learn how to create before and after client stories using AI. So let's suppose I'm running a business and I'm adding all the details like the input and the result of my work done in my Airtable database. Now I want that as soon as I add these details, the story should be automatically generated using OpenAI and it should be automatically created as a post on my WordPress. Doing this manually will consume a lot of time, so I'm completely going to automate this process. And to do this automation, I'm going to use Pabbly Connect. So Pabbly Connect is an amazing automation and integration software which requires no coding or programming skills. Here I just need to build connection between Airtable, OpenAI and WordPress. With the help of Pabbly Connect, I'm going to build this connection in such a way that whenever I'm going to add a new data in my Airtable database, the story according to that will be automatically created using OpenAI and it will be automatically created as a post on my WordPress. Now if you want to learn the step-by-step process, then let me take you all to my screen.
In this video, we are going to see how to create before and after client stories using AI. For this, I've created this automation workflow where I have built connection between Airtable, OpenAI and WordPress, and I have added all the details of my client, their name, project type, before description and after description, then the client testimonial, and then I have automatically generated the client story and posted that to my page. So this is how this automation workflow is going to run. And now to learn how to create this, let's start creating this from the beginning. In this video, we are going to learn how to create before and after client stories using AI agent. For this, we are going to create automation between Airtable, OpenAI and WordPress with the help of Pabbly Connect. So this is the landing page of Pabbly and you can visit this simply by typing pabbly.com/connect in your browser. After browsing the website, we need to sign into our Pabbly account. On the top right corner, you can see two options, sign in and sign up for free. If you are an existing user, click on this sign in, and if you are a new user, click on this sign up for free. As I'm an existing user, I'll go with this sign in. And here all Pabbly apps page has appeared, which is showing me all the Pabbly applications. I am going to click on this Pabbly Connect Access now. And here it has taken me towards this dashboard where I will be able to find all my workflows over here and all the folders which I've created over here. Now if you want to create a new folder, simply click on this plus icon and from here you can create a new folder. For now, I want to create a new workflow for which I need to click on this create workflow button. And first I need to provide the workflow name and then I have to select the folder in which I want to save that workflow. First, let's name this workflow as how to create before and after client stories using AI, and now I need to select my folder. So these are the folders which have been created and here I am going to select it as AI agent and then click on create. Here workflow created successfully. As soon as I click on create, two boxes have appeared in front of me. One is trigger, other is action. So trigger says when this happens and action says do this. So trigger is basically an event which starts the automation of a workflow. There can be only one trigger step in a workflow but as many as action steps as you want. Here in this workflow, I want to create client story before and after using AI, which means whenever I am going to add these details like the client name, project type, before the description, after the description, client testimonial, all this will be processed with the help of AI agent and the client story will be generated and posted on WordPress, which means whenever I'm going to add these details, this complete workflow here will get triggered. Because trigger says when this happens. So when I'm going to add a new detail to my Airtable and then action says do this, the client story will be created and posted that to my WordPress. Here in my trigger application, I will be taking Airtable and then in my action application, I will be taking OpenAI and WordPress. So here in my trigger application, let's quickly take Airtable. And then in my trigger event, I'm going to take this new record and then click on connect. If you have an existing connection, go with save. If you don't have one, click on this add new connection. Then click on this connect with Airtable. I have already logged in my Airtable account and I'm going to add all the resources and simply grant away the permission. You can do this too because your data is completely safe with Pabbly Connect. And here Airtable is connected with Pabbly Connect, and now I have to enter the base name and the table. Now here the base name is data and the table name is client report. So I am going to select this from the drop down. The base name is data, and then you will see that the client report has been automatically selected as the table because I just have one table. Now I'm quickly going to add all the details over here, because if I click on save and send test request, I'm not going to capture any response as I do not have any field over here. But before I add all the details, let me quickly show you why I have created this field. After that you create all the fields which you require, you have to create a field by this name created. So over here in the help desk it is written that you have to create a field, you have to select create time name it as created, and then you have to refresh the fields, and then you can click on save and send test request. So by clicking on this add field, you have to select the field type as created time, and then you have to name this to created and simply click on this create field. As soon as this field will be created, you have to refresh the fields, and then after adding all the details, you can click on save and send test request and you are going to get the response. I'm quickly going to add all the fields like. So here I have entered all the details. The client name is latest user, project type is bathroom renovation, then the before description is leaky faucet, tiles, cramped shower, and then the after is modern fixtures, bright tiles, glass shower cubicle. The client testimonial is feels like a 5-star hotel now. I want to send this to my Pabbly Connect workflow so that this data could be processed and the client story could be created. I'm simply going to click on save and send test request now, and you will see I have received the response in no time. This is the bathroom renovation, which is the project type. Then the name of this client was latest user. The before and the after description was same, and then I have received it the created time. And also this client testimonial. So here as soon as I have added the details, I have received that over here, and this shows the connection setup that we have created between Airtable and Pabbly Connect, that is successful. And now whenever I'm going to add the new record in this, I will start capturing that response here in this workflow. Now moving on to the next step, whenever I'm going to add a new detail, I want to generate the story on that. So for that, I'm going to take my action application as OpenAI, and then in my action event, I'm going to select it as ChatGPT and then click on connect. If you have an existing connection, go with save. If you don't have one, click on this add new connection. And now to make this connection, we have to enter the token. Following the help desk given below, I'm going to enter the token and I'm going to click on the hyperlink. And it has taken me towards this API keys page. To create a new API key, I simply need to click on this create new secret key. First I have to provide the key. So let's say the key is test. The project will be default project, the permissions will be all, and then I simply need to click on this create secret key. A new API token will be provided to me, which I need to copy and simply paste that over here. Here, as I've already an existing connection, I've created this connection multiple times. I'm going to select it and then go with save. Here, OpenAI is connected with Pabbly Connect, and I have to enter the AI model and the prompt. From this drop down, I'm going to select the AI model as GPT-4o Mini, and then I have to enter the prompt. I'm going to enter the prompt in a way that these are the details, and I want to generate the client story so that I can post. I'm going to enter. I have entered write a short compelling before and after story for a home renovation firm. Use the details below. I'm going to enter these details and focus on the transformation. Keep it under 150 words. Use a friendly and professional tone. Start with the problem, describe the changes, and end with the result and client sentiment. Now over here I'm going to add these details, but I'm not going to enter this manually. Instead I'm going to use a method called mapping, which means I'm going to enter the data from the previous response. I have received the response from Airtable, and when I click on this field, I can see this Airtable. When I click on this, I can see all the response which I have received from there. I have clicked on this latest user and entered that, and then the project type is bathroom renovation, and then I'm going to enter the before description, after description, and then I'm going to enter the testimonial as this. Now over here mapping is important so that every time you receive a new response, it is taken into consideration in this field. Manually entering the data will make this field static and the information will not change even if you have received the new response. Over here, if I manually enter any detail, this field will become static, and every time I receive a new response, the result will not change. So as to keep this field dynamic, we use this process mapping instead of manually entering the details. I have entered all these details. I'm simply going to click on save and send test request. Let's wait for the response. I have received the response. In this message content, I have the story. So before and after latest users bathroom renovation, before our team stepped in, latest users bathroom was plugged by leaky faucet, dull tiles and cramped shower that felt more like a chore than a retreat. So I have generated this story and I'm going to post it to my WordPress. I have generated this 3-paragraph story and this is very perfect to be posted. If you want to remove these signs and symbols, you can change your AI model or you can enter that to your prompt. I'm going to change the model. I'm going to click on save and send test request. And here I have received the response. Now I'm going to post this to my WordPress. So this is the same story before innovation, the same format. I have received the story. I'm going to click on this add action step button, and then in my action application, I'm going to search for WordPress. And then in my action event, I'm going to select it as create a post and then click on connect. If you have an existing connection, go with save. If you don't have one, click on this add new connection. And now to make this connection, we have to enter the credentials. I have already entered the credentials and I need to enter the space URL. To get the space URL, I'm going to open my WordPress dashboard, and on the top in this URL till WP3, I have this. So I'm going to copy and paste that over here in this base URL and simply click on save. Here WordPress will be connected to Pabbly Connect. Let's wait. And also it is always advisable to keep your applications logged in. WordPress is connected and I'm going to select my post type as post. I'm going to enter the post title from my Airtable response, which is this one. And then I'm going to enter the post content as what I've received from my OpenAI. The slug excerpt are not required fields. I'll skip this. And then I will keep the status as publish. The category ID tags are not required fields. I'll skip this. And then in the featured media ID, I'm going to remove this. And then the format as standard ping status as open, common status is open. And then I'm going to select my author ID as this one. And then I'm going to select the sticky as false, and these fields are not required one. I have entered the required details like the post and the title. I'm simply going to click on save and send test request, and let's wait for the response. Here I have received the response. I'm quickly going to open my WordPress and check whether the post has been created or not. So from my WordPress dashboard, I'm going to click on this post and go towards this all posts. And here we can see that we have created this bathroom renovation. I'm going to click on this view and open this, and this is the same exact post which we have created, and it has been created as a post on my WordPress. Now to summarize, we took Airtable as a trigger application where we made connection with Pabbly Connect. We entered the details, created a record and received that in my workflow, and then we moved to the next step where we wanted to generate the client story based on that record. We generated that and then we created a post on WordPress. So this is how this automation workflow is going to run, and here we have successfully created automation between Airtable, OpenAI and WordPress with the help of Pabbly Connect. I hope you like this video. Thanks for watching.
Not only these applications, but you can integrate many more applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. Now, if you have any doubt, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any query, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issue, you can visit the website given over here. Also, if you find our videos helpful, do share it with your friends and like and subscribe to our channel.